Hello friends, welcome to Techmaima YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss a very interesting topic in Python which is called as class. Okay. So I will give you a real-time example. What is class? How to use classes? What and all the benefits of using class? Okay. So take a blueprint of a building, a 10-floor building blueprint which is designed by a civil engineer. Okay. So using the same blueprint, you can construct 10 or 100 houses, buildings also. Correct. So here the blueprint is called as class. By copying the blueprint, whatever the house you are constructing, which is called as object or instances. Getting my point? Let me explain you once again. So this is the blueprint, okay, of a 10-floor building. The map, you can say. So using this, you can construct n number of buildings. Okay. So here the blueprint is called as class, and from class what we are copying and constructing, there are small modifications. It's not exactly the same. There are later customizations can be done. Okay. So this is called as instance or object. Okay. So inside a class, attributes will be there and then methods will be there. Inside a class, methods and attributes will be there. Attributes means assigning values. We define values like a equal to 10, b equal to 20, or whatever the parameter values we give in variable. So this is called as attributes. And function. Well, normally in the previous video I have posted what is function. So function and method both are similar. There is like only a minor difference will be there. So methods means, see, this is what I'm defining a method called show name. Okay, so this is what called as method. Class consists of attributes and methods. From class you can create object or instance. Okay, so this is what class is. So here I have given you an example how to define a class, how to create a class, and how to create a method and attribute and everything. So here is the example. Class student. Student is a class name. Okay. So inside of it, by default, I'm defining a method called init. It's a default method, double underscore, then init again double underscore. The default method. Why we will use init means whatever the parameters we are passing. Say for example, we have one class and you are going to have 1000 objects, and you are going to expect same attribute from all the 1000 objects, means then you have to use init. For example, you are going to get name, age and city from all 1000 objects. In that case, you can use init method. Okay, it's a default method. So anyhow, whatever the parameter you pass, first one will be self. Self means it calls itself. The values will be passed to itself, the class itself. Okay. First one will be self, and A and B and C I have passed 3 more parameters. First one will be self, that will be calculated automatically. You no need to worry about it. And you may think, is that a keyword? Self is a keyword? No, it's not a keyword. In interviews, you may get a question, is self is a keyword in class? No, it's not a keyword. So you can use any word instead of using self. But when someone reads your code, they might get confused why you are using this particular word. So instead, to avoid that problem, they were using self. It's not a keyword. Okay. So ABC, and I'm mentioning the attribute self.name is A, age is B, city is C. Okay. So then this is I'm creating one more method, show name, self, print self.name. I want only the name. Okay. This is create the common process. This is called as creating a class. This is attributes. This is method. Okay. See, here I have given explanation. When we use init, then every object of a class will have the class attributes. Then only we will use init. Okay. So now I'm passing the parameters. So while passing the parameters, when it comes to function, you may not have this particular part. Whatever you have left side, you may not have this. You can just simply call the function name and you can pass the parameters. But here, whatever you give on the left side, that is what object. You will be creating a new object. So now SAM object is a new object. In student class, SAM object will be, you can give any name that you want. You don't need to mention object also. You can give any name. So this is an object name. Okay. Then student is the class name. So inside student class, because you already used init, so it will map the values. So you are giving Sammy 23 and Chennai, name, age and city. So you have given. Okay. So if you wanted to check, hit enter. If you wanted to check only the name what you have passed, then object name, which is SAM object dot name, the parameter name. Okay. SAM object dot name. If you run this, it will give you the value what you have passed. Sammy is the parameter which you have passed. And if you wanted to get only the city, then SAM object, this is object name. It's like an address. When you are going to someone to find someone's house, so you will go to that particular street or city, you will ask where this is. So they will use an address. They will tell go to this route, right? So it's a route. So that using that you can find out what is the value present inside. Okay. So this is how you can call an attribute outside a class. This is inside class. So you just defined, you created a class, that's all. Now you are calling outside a class. Okay. So how to call attribute outside a class? This is an example. These are attributes, how to call this outside a class. And how to call a method outside a class. See. So to call a method outside a class, same thing, SAM.objects you have to use. So this is a default method. Init is a default method. So I have created one more method, and in the initial I have shown you, right? I have created one more method. Show name is a method name. Okay, you can give any method name that you want. So show name of self, print self.name. Okay. So SAM object show name. In this case, what will happen? First parameter will be self itself, right? So first parameter will be self. When you give show name, first parameter will be self. When it comes to self, which value will be taken in self means object name will be considered in self. So here our object name is SAM object. So this will map with self parameter. Okay. So then when it comes to SAM object, what is the first value? Sammy. So you will get the output as Sammy. Let me show you. Yeah, so you can see the output here. Right, I hope this is clear. If you have any doubts, please mention in the comment section. Please do practice this. This is a class, attribute, method, how to call an attribute outside a class, how to call a method outside a class. So this much we have seen. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.